Go ahead, put it on real tight. Hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. You're around the shoots, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas.
It's time for Texas on Tap with Miss Helen along with producer Kyle. What's going on? How you doing?
My last 24 hours have been really interesting. Do you guys get some crazy weather down there or what?
Yes, absolutely. Finally, we got rain,
right?
but it was like crazy. Yes.
Yeah. So at first I was at work and I thought I was like, oh, this is good. I'm glad this is finally happening. And then I get a text from my brother and it's like, oh, the power's been out since 7. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to linger, no rush to get home if the power's out. I think he sent me something, said it'd be back on around 11. So I get home, power's still out, trying to fall asleep, sweating. Power's still out. Go sleep in my car because I'm scared I'm going to sleep through my alarm because my phone's going to die. And then finally the power came back on around like 4 a.m. So it's been a fun day so far.
Wow, that's not good, losing your power for that long.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just it's funny because I don't normally live by my phone alarm. I'm pretty good about waking up, and but for some reason I was like, damn, if my alarm doesn't go off, I'm just not going to wake up. So, but I made it. We're good. We're here. It's good to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, you too. I'm doing good.
Good.
Plugging along, moving forward.
Yeah.
Chasing my tail half the time. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, you've seen some of my text messages to you.
Oh yeah.
But like I
Been
did something, I did something so stupid yesterday that involved addition.
Oh.
Okay, so you went from number 19 on the chart to number 9. 19 minus 9 equals 8.
No.
11.
Well, yeah, I guess it'd be 10, right? No.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
I've been doing some stupid stuff. I've really got to check myself. I got to check
man.
myself these days. But
Well,
I
like
think
you
it's
said,
just
things
that
are
I
slowing
see,
down.
yeah, I see the end of summer and tour,
Yeah.
our tour season kind of calming down. And it's like, I just got to keep moving forward. I got to keep not let my guard down. But I'm tired. I'm ready to get out of town and ready for a vacation. Not complaining. Love my life. Great life.
Totally.
But yeah, a little night fishing tonight might help possibly.
Nice.
So
your shirt looks like thick. It looks like you're wearing a sweater almost.
No, this is my lightweight
long sleeve.
yeah,
okay.
It's my fishing shirt. This is what you wear to keep you cool. This is that lightweight PFC, whatever it's called. Yeah. Oh, it's cool and light. Believe me, when the sun's beating down on you,
it saves you.
And you put this on, it cools you down like 10 degrees.
Oh, maybe show that logo real quick and let's send this episode.
Oh, that's my girls. That's my girls, my group, Casting Queens, that I'm a member of their group. And it's a girl. She's she kind of does a lot of ice fishing. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I met up with this girls group, and then I actually bought these shirts for our ladies tournament one year.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I try to support our girls and our lady anglers businesses as much as I can. So that's one that I support, and I like her products. Casting Queen.
Yeah. Shout out Casting Queens.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Music.
Let's do it. You want to start off?
Yeah. Speaking of some queens, I'm going to start off with the sisters from Calamity Janes. And they have, if you want to get a good laugh and a good jam, the name of the song is Thank You, Miller Lite, just released to radio. I love how it starts out waking up and you're kind of circling. You got that spinning circle going on. Y'all, this song is hilarious. I know you know where I'm going with this. So basically it's like, oop, who's this cowboy next to me? Oop, there's a bra. Whoop, there's a cowboy hat. Whoop, there's some britches. Whoop, there's all the Miller Lite cans. Funny song, but they are tight. They are so tight with their harmonies. Real well done. Yes. So check it. You got to check it out. Add it to your playlist. Call your radio stations in your area, your favorite radio stations, Calamity Janes. And of course, they've been around for a while. These girls are so good and they play great shows. Thank you, Miller Lite. And then I couldn't help but notice this, like debuted like like just hot off the presses. Randy Rogers, of course, it's Randy Rogers Band.
Yeah.
But I really am liking this song. It debuted like straight out the chute, 97 in the top 100 on the Texas Country Music Chart. But the name of the song is Nothing But Love Songs. And the lyrics are so good. You just feel like some of us have been sitting in that car seat in the parking lot when you start singing this song after you've been through a breakup, and you want to hear anything but love songs, but there's nothing but love songs. And it's just one of those songs that reminds you of how music really stamps your life.
Yeah, I love that line. He said, might not be word for word, but it was something along the lines of like, "There's no DJ out there with a broken heart." Like, oh man, that was awesome. I got chills.
And let me tell you, that was the hardest thing. Like if I had lost a loved one, or when I went through some bad relationship issues, that was the hardest thing, being
to not
on
lean into
the radio. And like it was like sometimes we're like, that is not playing. I'm gonna replace it with this. Not today.
Oh man, that's awesome.
All right, so let's talk about our friend Nate Burnham. I'm gonna, as I told Kyle as we were prepping and emailing and texting each other, I'm gonna color outside the lines on this one, because actually our sweet friend Nate Burnham, he is like my brother and we have so much in common. He sent me over a song that he's releasing actually to streaming, and let's go ahead and take a listen to it. Let's open the Taproom door. Nate Burnham, Ain't Love Like Fishing. So you can get that on your streaming platforms, Ain't Love Like Fishing. And so basically this was a single that was from a previous album, and he was doing some recording. The album comes out today also, and the streaming releases, but the album is called Mostly Live at Wire Road, of course, Wire Road Studios in Houston. But this was a song he had on a previous album from 2012. He revisited it during his live studio session there at Wire Road Studios. They added some twin fiddles, they shortened it up a little bit. He even took some of the hunting lyrics out, made it all a fishing song.
Oh,
and
cool.
I totally ditto, stamp of approval. Yes.
Yeah. It's so good. And if you guys haven't listened to that album, you got to check it out. It's so good. And I just love that it's called Mostly Live. It's awesome.
Yes.
Like it's
and
so well done.
There's a funny story behind that. And Nate and his personality, it's like it was supposed to be live, and there was a few hiccups, and he said, well, you know him, well, mostly live, so mostly live. But I mean, I love the part about the trophy I miss. You always think, I miss that trophy. But there's so many things that it's like, is this really about love? Or like all I read into it was fishing stuff. Because that's all you think about, no matter how good your fishing trip is. If when you miss that one that you think is the trophy, it's like, and you see that big swirl and that big bubble, and you're thinking, oh man, that was the one. And like literally you like close your eyes at night and you'll see that water when you miss that fish. Yeah,
it's a great analogy for sure. It's like he said, you're just always casting out a line,
Yeah, I really need help. Anyway.
Okay, moving on.
Moving right along.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it open. This is all of mine, our friends of the show, previous guests, and I'm excited that all these guys have new stuff coming out. I guess two of them, this is kind of a punch back in after some radio time and things like that. And I'll start off with Carson Jeffrey. We'll open up the tap room for Carson's brand new song, Cow Pissin'. It's just such a fun song from Carson. It's got this nice edge to it. You look like you really want to say something. Say it.
you go Austin County country rodeo cowboy Belleville boy.
Yeah, he's badass.
He could have written that song. That is, I loved it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess you pick up on those things more than I do. I didn't really. I mean, I get all the rodeo, the small town stuff. That's cool that you can relate even on a deeper level to the lyrics and stuff, just because where he's from.
What happens when a cow? What happens when a cow pisses on a flat rock?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
it's not rolling down.
Anyway, it's just funny because it's got a comedic sense to it, but it's totally not a funny song in any way.
No,
like I said, it's almost edgy. Like Carson's got this kind of like rocker attitude to him, and that's something that I think sets him apart from a lot of these other guys. But it's a great song, and I'm so excited to see all the other stuff he's been writing. I guess I should have asked who he wrote this song with. I need to get better about that, but
I know
I'm real curious.
that was the first thing I wanted to know. And I'm sure
Yeah.
Carson, I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. It could have been like even a buddy that he grew up
Yeah,
with.
totally. Yeah, like you said, with all those, pretty personal references and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Next up, this is big news too. Brand new song from Hayden Baker dropped today to streaming.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Hayden.
and it's just the same, in the best way. It's Hayden, and that's kind of what I want to highlight here with him. It's been a while since he's put out music. Last time we had him on, he talked about all the new stuff. He's up in Nashville all the time writing, and I just love that he's just staying true to himself. Like you don't see that often whenever somebody gets heavily involved with the Nashville writing thing, but then he's here, he's putting out new music, and it sounds like Hayden Baker, and he's staying true to like himself, and that's so cool and so exciting.
And with him working under Ronnie Dunn and Ronnie having such a hand in his career now.
Exactly.
I could hear some Brooks and Dunn in there. It's like it was so old school. It was just man, he good job.
Yeah, and his voice still just sounds traditional, and he's great. Okay, and then the last pick for me this week is going to be Mr. Wynn Williams. He just put out a new song today too, as well as a really cool music video. The song's called "I Love Her for Leaving." Great use of Mando. I hate that that's the first thing I want to point out, but I just love it whenever a mandolin's used and it sounds cool. It's just got that really cool, it's traditional, but it's also got that early 2000s country, like 93 Q vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the lyrics were phenomenal, and just another great song from Wynn.
And even when he came on the podcast and when I was going through his music and just fell in love with his music, his voice, it's just, gosh, good grief, but that's.
Yeah, it's almost got that like old school, what's the word? Not crooner, but it's got that like just something classic about it. It just makes you feel a certain way, and I can't really pinpoint it, but he's pinpointed it, so that's good for all of us.
Yes. Well, everybody go download it and listen to it, and then y'all can pinpoint it.
Yeah, and then I wanted to mention a few others before we jump into the radio stuff. David Adam Byrne's got a new song out called "Past My Bud Time." That one's fun. It's kind of like got a silly little thing to it, but that's a good song. Case Harden just dropped his new album.
I had my notes on that.
Yeah, highly anticipated record called "Lucky Him."
And on that album, he has included some of the ones you're already familiar with, like Alcohol Abuse is on there. Of course, Lucky Him was on some of his other stuff. When You Roll That Way, and then he has some new stuff, which is yay, Case is good. And then Rich O'Toole has a new streaming single as well. Love on a Sunday. I mean, there's I had that whole list we had talked about the other day. Anyway, there's like tons of music out right now.
Like always, but it's getting fed to us better, maybe.
Indulge and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about Captain Clay. I mean, Clay Hollis.
Yeah.
I call him Captain Clay because we got the fishing thing in common.
Right.
But he's actually, I'm moving to the charts, Texas Country Music Chart. He's actually the song of the week.
Sweet.
This week, but he debuted in the top 100 at 58 with Can't Get Back. That we just, Texas on Tap it 2 weeks ago or last week.
Yeah.
And check this out. Dusty Motes, Lakin' It Easy. We had talked about Dusty is like charting all over the place. He's in the top 100 at 82. Charlie Crockett's in there. Of course, the Randy Rogers band. So I just wanted to mention some of those. So now we'll look at the top 5.
While you're pulling it up, I have a question. Do you know anything about Dusty Motes?
Yes, Dusty.
Was he a radio guy or is he a promoter?
No, he's a singer-songwriter.
Well, I know that, but I saw something the other day and I can't remember what it was. Maybe we need to talk to him about it.
No, because Dusty and I emailed. So I mean,
he does something else in the industry. I'm pretty sure I saw. Maybe I came across his Facebook page or something, and like his personal page. Anyways, sidetrack. Maybe we'll have to get him on and figure it out.
Well, I kind of would like to have him on the podcast because I went through and listened to a lot of his music, but yeah.
Cool. Sorry, sidebar.
Anyway, okay. Careful, Kyle. I have to check myself on everything I do these days now.
Hey, there's no rules. There's no rules.
Okay. Yeah, at least with the podcast, dead air is acceptable. Like in radio, dead air is like, you're in trouble. All right. Texas Country Music Chart, top 5 this week. Josh Abbott Band, The Highway Kind. Number 4 is Flatland Cavalry with A Cowboy Knows How. Wait, that is 4. Okay. Number 3 is Jake Bush, Tractor Town, The Wilder Blues at 2. with Wave Dancer, and Casey Donahue's number 1 with Telling on My Heart. And actually those top 5 were the same top 5 last week.
Oh,
CD
okay.
Extraction, Texas. Oh, excuse me. Let me get to the right page. So, oops, it says, oops, looks like something went wrong. But I can tell you, hang on. Y'all just give me a minute here. Well, let me just do this. What chart was I on?
I got no idea. CDX.
CD Extra. It's all good. So it must be the barometric pressure. No, I don't want to go to that. No, I'm going to the wrong page again.
Now you're talking about science.
I used to always, it's funny because barometric pressure and fishing all go together. But like years ago, I don't know why I started doing that. When I did something stupid, I would say it's the barometric pressure. Okay.
That's like your version of astrology.
Okay, so Josh Abbott, CD Extraction, Texas. Josh Abbott band's at number 5. They were at 3 last week with the Highway Kind. Jake Bush is at 4. Tractor Town. Wilder Blue, Wave Dancers at number 3. Flatland is number 2, and Casey Donahue is number 1 again this week with Telling on My Heart. Now, drum roll please, because Texas Regional Radio Report, we're going to start with, well, we'll go ahead and start with number 5, the Highway Kind, Josh Abbott Band. And then David Adam Burns, One Honky Tonk Town, moved up from 7 to 4, so he's in the top 5 now. Jesse Robb Jr., Working Man's Woman, is at number 3. Casey Donahue is at number 2. Jake Bush, Tractor Town, number 1 on Texas Regional Radio Report.
That's 4 in a row, isn't it?
We're so proud of you, Jake. I don't know. I didn't check.
I'm pretty sure that's 4 in a row for that guy.
I think so.
He's a stud.
But wait till David Adam Burns gets up there at number 1 again. That'll be like his 8th consecutive.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. I'm real proud of Jake. He's been working so hard for years and years now, but now he's, made changes that we've talked about on the podcast. Just every time I see a picture of him, he looks great. And I'm just really happy for that guy. He's got like nothing to lose at this point and just a solid path to stardom, if anything. I'm real happy.
He's so down to earth. And Jake is my one that he likes to cook. We always talk about cooking.
Right.
Yeah. And we talk about Food Network every time he comes on this show.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, well,
what you got for us? It's your turn to talk again.
I've been talking a lot. Okay, so I'll tell you this. So like I've been having some back issues. I'm not a complainer. I push through whatever is going on with me.
Right.
And but then when it started affecting my yoga and stuff, it was like, okay, I gotta do something.
Gotta figure it out.
And so I went to my chiropractor, which he's the best, and he's so awesome, and he likes to fish, and he's real involved with angling stuff. Yeah. And so I was running up and down the stairs. I was able to do some balancing stuff. I was getting back, not to my mat yoga. Pool yoga is different.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, guess what I did this past week ago? I decided that I was so mad because the guys, I've been asking them to pick up this sheetrock that was laying by, that was just because we had to replace some sheetrock in a bathroom in one of the condos. And I was like, could we please get this picked up? Because guests are coming in. It's Friday. People are coming into their condos. And so hard-headed me is a big piece of sheetrock, and I was trying to twist it through this door to get it into the clubhouse. So I wasn't walking too good on Saturday, and mind y'all, I'm telling my chiropractor this. And so I said, then Sunday we went on the boat, and I just went ahead and sat at the front so I could rest my back, and we hit a wake and it popped it back in place.
It fixed it? What? That's wild.
It was still, but my chiropractor fixed it better the other day when I went for my appointment. But like all of a sudden it was like, boom. It was like one of those wakes.
Oh, I'm good now. That's funny. Wow.
Everybody on the boat.
I see.
Laughing.
It's my brother goes to the chiropractor. My dad's been going my whole life, and I'm so scared because I know I'm gonna like get addicted to that stuff.
I only go.
Oh, you got to keep going every week or every 2 weeks or whatever.
No, see, mine's not like that. Now, I did need to go every week for a while because I was having some bad issues. I don't know. I think it was still after the hurricane cleanup. Once again, I'm hard-headed. I want this out of the way. I want this beam out of the way. So, Supergirl, I'm going to move it. And
I guess that kind of goes to show that it's maybe not a mad science like it gets portrayed. I had this thing when I was living in Austin where I'd like get hooked on all the little weird health trends or whatever. I was going and doing that cryotherapy stuff a couple times a week, and that's very
It's like,
expensive. Very expensive habit.
That's over my head.
Hey, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not worth doing regularly unless you can afford it, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what else. So I'm put back together. Humpty Dumpty's put back together, and we got some flat seas. The blue water's in. Fishing is on fire, and I'm gonna jump in the middle of it all weekend long.
Very cool. We are playing a show at another one of my old little stomping grounds tonight, Stingery in Crystal Beach.
Yes.
Where I grew up. That was the little restaurant place we used to always go to when I was a kiddo. So it'll be interesting going back there. It's been probably 6 or 7 years. Hopefully it's not I don't know. We'll see what kind of condition it's in these days.
I think it's pretty good. I think I see it. They have a lot of stuff that goes on there. A lot of my friends go there that are like Galveston people and all that stuff.
Very cool.
But speaking of places and shows, I meant to when we were doing the chat about Wynn Williams, he's playing Kenny's Store August 19th.
Oh, really? Wow.
I meant to mention that for the Belleville, the Kenny Store people.
Oh man, I might have to go check that out. I don't think we have anything that day.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
They got some good folks coming. They got a whole bunch of our peeps going to Kenny.
They've stepped it up a lot. Not necessarily with the talent. I mean, they're keeping the calendar full, but the venue itself is.
And
awesome
being around that area as a kid too, how
well that's what I was saying.
It used to be just a little store, and then I think closed down for a while. And
I was there. Like I was learning to drive on those roads out there when I was maybe 8 or 9. maybe
that's how we roll in the country.
But it was just a little shack, swinging screen doors, old dudes playing dominoes, maybe some musicians in the corner, and now it's that big old huge. I think they have like almost everything outside covered now, so it's really nice.
It's beautiful.
Like it's one of the premier venues in Texas at this point, which is pretty awesome to see how much it's grown.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right.
I got nothing else for you.
I'm good.
Okay, sweet. All right. Well, I will see you Tuesday. Oh, who's our interview on Tuesday? Who we talked to? Oh, Ragland. We talked to Autumn from Ragland.
Who are we talking to?
Yeah. It's been crazy out there. Okay. Anyways, tune in on Tuesday for our brand new podcast with Autumn from Ragland. It's pretty interesting. I don't even know if you know this, but every week I think of like a cute little, nothing important or serious, but kind of like a name for each episode, and I put it on the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And so this one I was struggling to think of something, and then I ended up calling it "Married to the Band" because I was going to say "Married in the Band," but I thought "Married to the Band" was kind of cool because it's like she's married to one of the guys in the band, but she's also married to the band, and they have a kid, and it's just this whole crazy dynamic that they've somehow turned into this awesome
the whole
thing.
family going on. They're super talented, and she is super focused.
Very focused. Absolutely. So check that one out, and send this podcast right when you get done listening to your 3 favorite people.
Yes, do that.
Okay, cool. Bye.
All right.
Cheers.
And with a heavy tongue, she knew where I was from. As she left, I dared to say, well, you can go